Yo. All right, so I've been working on the Murphy bed today. I got it, it's not mounted, but it is against the wall, supporting itself. And, you know, I wanted to see, first of all, having this piece of wood under here, because this will have one piece of wood over the entire thing. But I needed to see how far up it would be. And so I can make this level and figure out what I needed over here. And it turns out that I just need a 2x3 with one of these. It's almost a half-inch piece of wood. So that works for me. And then under here, working on the supports. So I actually think I'm gonna, it's flush with this, but there's a little gap. There's a gap under there that I need to figure out. It's too loose. The other one over there is tighter, except it's coming off the wood a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's coming off the wood. So what I'll do is I think I'll just, for the bench seating, I'll make sure the bench seating is not resting on those supports, but rather resting on the edge of the bench. These supports right here are really for the weight of the bed, just in general. It also acts as a partition for the storage underneath here, underneath the bench. So, yeah, man, I'm very pleased with the bed. Works perfectly. Tolerances are great. I'm very happy. Alright, you guys, so I just put the platform part of the bed on to actually hold the mattress up. So just put screws evenly spaced. It got considerably heavier, but it's not too bad. I think what I'm gonna do is, once I lay the beams down, I'll cut out holes in between each row of beams to kind of make it lighter. Because really, I mean, all the support is on the beams. So I'll probably do that to make it lighter. But until then, like I wanted to, it's a little off. I wanted to make sure that I had these secured first, then I can lay the beams and then I can cut in between. So, hey guys, it's coming together. Coming together. Can you get these out? Uh-oh. probably saw me using these blocks while I was laying these slats down for the bed. And that's really to get even spacing and equal weight distribution. So these blocks are about 5.5 inches spread apart, and basically they fit, well, you know, when they weren't screwed down, the block would fit in between here, and it would evenly space out each one of these beams. So like that, screw the screws in, and then, you know, anyway, that's the method that I'm using to space out these slats evenly versus just trying to measure. I just cut 2 blocks 5.5 inches apart, or 5.5 inches long, and I placed them between the beams. At first I was going to go with every foot there was a beam, but I felt like that would have been too spaced out, and I didn't want to put undue stress on any one beam. So this, again, this will kind of help distribute the weight, and I'll also put 2x3 along the middle as well, just so the beams have some support in the middle, and that will help be the bed. I ditched these pieces of plywood just because they were adding a lot of weight, and I want to keep this as light as possible. So anyway, thanks to Seven Wonders on YouTube, looking at his bed, just kind of prompted the idea, like, maybe I should rethink what I'm doing as far as the bed platform. So pretty standard here, and I need to get some more beams because I ran out. So that is done soon. So I'm getting ready to mount the bed to the wall, but I put this kind of support here, which will be under the bed when it's up, but also this is where the benches will lift up. So essentially there'll be a panel right here that lifts up, and then I don't know if I'm gonna make this storage yet. I feel like I should. We'll see. And then over here there'll be a small panel that lifts up, and I can slide stuff in here. But what I was doing was, there's a small gap right here between this and this, and I just don't feel like making these supports over. I mean, they're good, they're solid for the bench. Plus it might give me a little room to add some cushion to the seating underneath the padding, so it doesn't like slam down when it's resting. But anyway, I put these boards right here just to kind of eliminate that gap, so when it sets down, and also to eliminate any bowing of this board. I'll put another support under here, right here, but until then, these will eliminate anything. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that. Beautiful. I got the bed mounted, and I have to figure out a way to slow the fall. I still haven't figured that out yet, but the bed is good to go. It looks good. I put the bench supports down before I put the bed on, so I have these supports here. These are in place. This is solid. This is solid over here. I mean, it works, man. It works. Like, this is good shit. need you to see. I need you to see these at work here. So, one thing that I've been struggling with has been to figure out how to put these gas struts on the bed to basically slow down the bed from falling, but also to help raise it, right? And so gas struts are what you see like under your car hood sometimes when you lift up the hood, and that strut assists your hood from lifting, for lifting up. So I wanted to put two under my bed. However, the way I made the bed, it didn't seem like it was going to work. So I came out here today, Christmas Eve, and I feel like I have it working. So I got one installed, and what I did was I placed a parallel support beam underneath the bench seating. So I'll probably have to put something right here to kind of cover this up or leave it alone or whatever, but I'll figure that out later. And connected it right there. I did some measurements, some basic measurements, and it closes fine. It opens fine and closes fine. However, it's a little too heavy on the dropping side. So obviously I was going to put one over here as well to balance out anyway. And these are both, I believe, 90-pound struts. So each one, you have to put 90 pounds of pressure on it for it to compress. So total, I have 180 pounds to just bring the bed down and compress it. And that should be good. I didn't do any calculations on weight. I was ballparking, but hopefully this works. So I want you guys to see this while I do it. Also, the way to install these, sometimes you need to compress the strut, and so what I'm doing is I'm actually using a vice grip to compress the strut. So essentially the only way I can get it to connect to this piece right here is to use this vice grip. So I'll do that now. Yes, just like that, we're good to go. All right, so I have both of these struts installed. They look pretty good. They look like they're bending at all. That one look like it's bending. All right, so set this over here. Let's try this out. Ooh. Okay, got a problem. It works though. Gotta pull it with some force. I love it. Alright, so I have to remove that. I'll remove that for now. So what I'm doing is I'm removing, I had to remove the bench support. I have to remove this bench support right here. It actually has to stop right here. So I'll move this for now, just so I can see if the bed does what I want it to do.
plastic?
I think that's what you do until it expands. I think. I don't know.
Why not just take it off and let it expand? I feel like it would keep it from expanding. It's only going to expand it so far because it's stuck.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to still do some work.
No, I'm putting it on so it can expand. It says 48 hours.
40 hours? How'd you get that open?
Rip it open.
Nice, Vaughn.
Like it?
Yeah.
Hopefully it closes.
Still good?
Yeah. Well,
Good. Hold on.
climb on the side of the bed.
No, I'm dirty.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I said it doesn't really matter. I just want to see if it closes.
All right, ready?
Yep. Oh, that's not heavy at all.
Yeah, and that's, ooh. That's nice. It closes? Oh. Huh?
It doesn't.
Why? It looks like it does.
No, look up here.
Oh, it's supposed to be flush.
No, it's pretty solid. Why is that like that? It's a solid mattress.
Oh. Well, maybe what if you brought your slap? Oh. No.
Well, that's a pickle. Huh?
Is there pulling? Can you pull it out at all? Can you pull it out just a tiny bit more from the wall?
Possibly. That might be what I have to do. What do you guys think?
Nice.
Apparently my mom is already asleep. A little bit of a dilemma here. So, I got my bed. It looks great. However, it comes out at the top. Been trying to work through some things. My only thought is that the air cannot escape, and because there's 45 pounds at each strut, that's what's pushing it, compressing the bed. But up at the top there's nothing there, so trying to push it in is nearly impossible, especially with the surface of the bed. Anyway, physics. So what I need to do is I need to basically move this entire frame out 2 inches. And what I need to do is I'll take these brackets off and put a 2x3 runner here along the top and along the other side. I'll need to move these handles on both sides, shorten them, and then move them out. So moving this up 2 inches, moving these up 2 inches, then the bed should close properly. A lot of work ahead. I'm gonna try and get that done today. All right, so my followers, it took me roughly 1 hour to find a solution. I actually didn't have to use the 2x3s. I used something even better, which is the 1x3s. And as soon as I moved the bed away from the wall, it was able to be flush. So the bed closes now. I'm happy. I have the brackets mounted. Unfortunately, the 1x3 is not wide enough to get this third hole, so I'll cut this off with the grinder. But I'm happy with it, man. So if I was happy before about the bed, I was roughly 98% happy. Now I'm 100% happy because I don't have to modify and make any major changes. The the bed fits, I'm happy.